Hey guys, SlySonic7 here, and we are back on another episode of Let's Play Sonic Unleashed. Sonic has been a little bit bored waiting for us to start the next episode. We're just continuing right off from the first episode. Same same straight playthrough for me right now. And we're going to start off here by going to the next day stage. This is going to be, it's called Act 2 because we technically did the first one running around there. But this is just Act 3, the first day stage in Windmill Isle. And a big part to be pointing out with these ones is, while I can kind of move around, and I said how the medals have an importance, and I can stop around and look for them. On the day stages, they're actually a little bit more annoying to get if they're not directly in your path, because they require you to kind of slow down. Which I'm going to start and say right here is a fair part is actually a pretty large gripe of mine. So you see there was a sun medal right there that I missed, which is, to me, I believe a big part of a Sonic game is encouraging you to go as fast as possible. And I think that anything that gives you an incentive to slow down in a Sonic game isn't entirely in the spirit, I would say, of the original game. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. And certain ones like this Moon Medal are just right there, so there's no issue getting them. But I don't know, while I can slow down here and try to get a random Sun Medal in the middle, to me it's just it's actually way more fun to try to go through these levels as quickly as I can, use this ring energy, and really just see kind of the power that this game packs in a way, which is what makes it fun, is that you get to do all this fun stuff, go as fast as you can, and I think really feel like you are Sonic, which is if you're Sonic, do you think you're going to be going through things very slowly, or do you think you go through things oh my god, I have no idea how to switch. Oh, it was left bumper, right bumper, wasn't it? Okay, we're going to restart because we did a lot of work there. So I'll see you guys around here, I guess. Alright, so we're back, guys. So this is all about the bumpers, actually, is what I realized. And I was going way too fast. Now I'm finding out this sucks. We're going to restart again, because I really like the progress we're making. I collected an extra Moon Medal and Sun Medal this time through. So maybe because it's so quick, maybe we'll actually just try to show you guys the full playthrough this time. Because honestly, I've tried this twice now, and it's only been 3 minutes, so I can't say there's really been a ton of time put into this so far. So that's how I got the first one there, jump through. As you can quickly see, the more times you play this, the easier it can get to kind of predict the movements a little bit. Which, I appreciate, because I think it gives you a very good sense of how to kind of move as fast as you can and do what they want to do at the same time. Which I have to feel to the developers is probably the ideal, which is that you do a little bit of the puzzles they set forward and ways of how you get these medals, but at the same point still keep to the kind of character of Sonic, which is moving as fast as possible. So here we're just going to keep boosting. Almost collecting a new life, there we go. And we're going to boost, slide, and this time, there we go, boost, and alright, now we're going to slow down and go normal. There we go. Much easier. So let's see what's heading up here. Okay, we're going to jump here, and now we're going to boost, because I want to go as fast as I can through the corkscrew. That looks awesome. Another Moon Medal, and here we go again. Oh, okay. So close, and good, and there we go. Alright, now from here, the beauty of these levels is there is actually multiple different height elevations of where you can be going in these levels, which I think makes you feel that no matter what you're doing, you're actually on track, which I appreciate. But I think at the same point, it's awesome to, oh god, where do I go now? Sometimes you can go a little too fast, as I just showed. It's awesome to feel that you're not doing the wrong thing. So I think finding creative ways to make 2 or 3 options all work for the level, to me is a very forward-thinking way of them to actually make more players, and this is just a quick time event, feel like they're really mastering the game or getting the experience they want to out of it. Which to me I think is a huge part of really loving a video game, is getting to really, oh god, I need to jump when those things happen. Is really getting to feel like you are in control of the elements and really kind of mastering, not mastering, but I would say really controlling the game that you like. Now here's an example of one where I can keep going as fast as I can, or I can run down the stairs and get this Moon Medal. See, to me I think that's kind of dumb. Okay, don't die. But at the same point, I wanted to give you guys an example of what that was. just so you guys can kind of see, like, in a way, like the choice they make you do, which is, do you want to go fast or do you want to, you know, do it the way that we intended for you to do. Again, I give them the credit because both ways are valid in this game, so I don't feel like I have to do like any specific one. But at the same point, like if you are in the idea of like I want to collect all the medals as I go through this, oh, that's yep, there we go, cool. Then they give you the flexibility to say that you don't have to, at least, which again I appreciate. Another thing there is if you saw that, I got hit by that metal spike and I didn't instantly lose all my rings. That was actually an amazing change they made in this game, which is that hitting these things will actually only make you lose a certain portion of your rings, not all of them, which to me was an unbelievable change. And again, seems so simple, such a drastic departure from how the series used to be and really what they used to value, that to me it makes such a positive difference, because you don't feel like in this idea of like S ranking, which you guys remember from me all the time with like Sonic 06, is that if I wasn't collecting every single ring and holding on to everything the entire time, the chance of me getting S ranks were basically nothing with Sonic. So I think the idea that one mistake doesn't actually have to kill a run is so great. I know these levels are only 3 minutes, but they really are, especially when they go faster. 3 minutes of near perfection if you want to be able to hold on to everything. And I think giving you that leniency is actually a great thing. So here we get out of the first day stage. Really accomplishes nothing. We're just kind of like, we found no one. What's going to happen? And then again, it's night now. So instead of being regular Sonic, we transform into Night Sonic, or the Werehog. Crazy idea, right? Mr. Monster Guy's back. And he's slowly understanding the idea when the sun goes down, he turns into this. He's like so annoyed. He's like, I turn into this? He's like, damn it, this sucks.
Sees me like this.
Sonic.
Oh my god.
What is it?
So now he's going to lead us around, and as you can quickly see though, now he has this like weird pink thing like floating above him. The whole planet is split apart. We're doomed. And what you're going to see is quickly, so the spirit that kind of spread out of the ground, its name is Dark Gaia. And it's basically trying to fill the world with sadness and despair, because that's how it draws its power, off of some magical sort of way. Now quickly, we see we can stretch our arms, which has nothing to do with being a werewolf, but everything to do with being convenient for future levels. So, you know, that really works. We turn into Mr. Fantastic, but we're a little furrier and shorter than Reed Richards. So now that we know these things, we kind of move on. You can start talking to all the villagers at any of these points. I'm actually going to skip over parts of it just because I know where to go at these points. But if you talk to them, they're all going to be like, oh, I'm so sad, or oh, this is so bad. Now, a quick part here. Since we're at night, you see we have 2 sun medals available. So I'm going to quickly jump forward to where we find the 2 sun medals because, again, easy, quick things for us to be finding that make a big difference later on. Alright, so right near the beginning of the stage, if we look here, there's a picnic table. And we can break that and then take the sun medal here. And we're going to jump over to the other one now. Alright guys, and here, if we go towards the back, we see the shop right here. Just in the alley right here is the other sun medal. So what we want to do now is, I believe, head back to the world stage where we were before. But now we're going to see that there is a night act that is open here. So we're going to jump over here and I'm going to cut to when we find the place where we need to be. Alright guys, so they clearly show us as we walk in, here's where the night stage is. Not that hard to find, which is appreciated. And we're going to jump into the night stage. Now this one I'm going to preface is a little bit longer. Not going to be a big deal, but it's a little bit different than what we're used to in a typical Sonic game. So as we clearly see guys, as we're going to jump in here, there's a lot of night creatures that look kind of weird and glowy. And there's Tails in the middle of it saying, please save me, please save me. Please, oh please, do not hurt me. Luckily, he flies away, and somehow they're incapable of finding him, even though he flew right in front of their faces. So, again, beauty of video game convenience, we're good to go. Now, guys, this can be a little bit different than what you're used to, in the sense that Sonic, when we're in the day stage, like normal Sonic, is much more of just a, classic speed, like, here we go, let's do this as quickly as possible kind of game, right? The the Werehog stages are beat 'em ups. Like think like old school like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle go down the side scroller beat 'em up. Obviously having the benefit of being three-dimensional and a little bit varied. But the idea is pretty much the same, which is we are just going to beat up enemies. There's very little else we're doing. Just like in here, there's a lot of other medals we can have. I'm going to come back and get all these. So I'm just going to kind of get the ones that are convenient to get in the moment, just so this level doesn't have to take that long, because to be completely fair, it is a longer level. So what we're going to see really quick here is that these guys have abilities to be kind of like specialed. So basically you press the button, there's it like being shown for a quick time, and you get a lot of bonus points for like a critical attack. The only issue here is that if you mess up, they go back to full health, which to me is a little BS because they shouldn't be like that well off. Another part here is that you don't actually have rings in the sense of you know, you have rings, but you're not collecting rings in the same sense of like, you know, this is like how I'm going to get scored at the end or something like that, or like this contributes to ring power. Rings actually just raise your health, which is a super convenient thing. So in this level, you're going to see a lot of these wooden doors that look pretty clearly breakable, and that's where you're going to find a lot of your medals. I'm showing you this one as an example, just so you know where to be looking. But as a result of that, like, you know, I'm going to kind of continue. Here, you just press B to like extend your arms. This still seems weird to say, and climb up. And again, you can see little ones to the side here, wooden door again. Maybe there's something in here, who knows? Let's jump in and find out. Oh, look at that. It's another medal. And again, you guys get the idea, like it's gonna pretty much continue out like this. So I'm gonna avoid a lot of the wooden doors from here on, just because we've already done one level in this episode and, you know, a little bit of the metal collecting outside. So I kind of don't want this to drag on too much, like to be like too long of an episode. So we're going to keep going. So there should be some switch we need to find, and probably over here. Seems good to me. And you're going to have these areas where there's just a lot of enemies. What I recommend is just hack away at all the small ones, build up your hit combos, take out the big ones gradually if you need to here. But I would say is like, as great as it is to get all the special combos, try to whittle down maybe like one or two of them first, just so there's less to be in your way. Because if you take one out and there's no one else around him, the meter actually goes a little bit slower than it normally would. Versus if there's multiple right next to each other, the meter goes super fast because it's trying to signify like the idea that, you know, like the pressure is heightened. So again, once you get down to one, the guidance is always critical attack this guy, because that meter is going to go a lot slower than the other ones because there's no one else left. So if you're ever going to try to critical attack these guys, try to split one guy off from the pack and take him out, because then you get a nice little like easy timer. Or if you want, take a few out first, and then from there, I would say, try to take out the other ones. So for some reason, if I try to jump, can I get it? Nope. So let's, is it B? There we go. Yeah, okay. So here you're gonna just push some levers, you know, pretty classic, like nothing too crazy kind of stuff here. Okay, so that's just to go down, so that's fine. So we're gonna jump up again, and now this time we're gonna double jump over here. As you can clearly see from the shadow, here's a moon medal, so we can get that one. If I can jump. Okay, I will try one more time. If not, I really don't care, because again, we'll come back. Nope, don't really care. Again, you know where it is. And again, collecting these medals actually has nothing to do with the score that you get for a level, like the rate, like the grade or anything like that. So I'd say is like, if you're finding like certain medals are just kind of like annoying to get, there's a lot of medals in this game. I believe there's 400 sun and 400 moon. So if you can't get a few, like don't really like sweat it, like, you know, don't kill yourself on those and like, you know, move on. Because I would say like, you know, there are much better uses of your time in this game, like replaying some of the funner, like the more fun speed levels, for instance, or even like, you know, really trying to like find those couple, oh, you can grab them from a distance too and kind of use them as a throw. You don't get bonus points for that though, so not as recommended unless you're just really having trouble clearing out a group of enemies. In this case, I accidentally just grabbed them, that's what happened. Not the intention at all in that sense. So we kill this guy, they're all done now. So again, like the idea is like, you know, you can, in the end of the game, you'll need to collect like one out of every 2 medals that you see. So obviously, like that's not to say that you don't need to collect medals, but the idea is like also if there's just certain ones that you're finding are just not worth your time and others that are easier to get, like levels that you cleared before, like your time is much better served trying to like mine the medals on those kinds of stages rather than going back. I will say that besides the fact that I just can't apparently double jump correctly in this level, I have collected every medal on this level before. Not actually that hard of a one to do, so I would say if you have the patience to kind of go through this a little bit slower, there's a ton of guides online that show it. I got mine off Game Facts for how I did it the first time around when I had to collect these. What I would say is, if you have the patience, it's definitely worth it. Oh, Jesus, just missed it. And what you saw is that when he walked closer, the other guy, it became that much harder to finish that guy off. Now we're going to use this and beat this guy up. Perfect. And again, this one for me was just because these guys are a little bit more annoying to take out. So once you can kind of get one at a distance like this, and now there's no one else around, got him, cool. And that's a nice 6,000 in the bank afterwards. So again, it's really, like these levels aren't about speed, which I think is the weirdest part about this, considering it is a Sonic game. They're about points and getting enough kills. Oh, holy shit, I forgot I died. Okay, we will come right back to this point because I want to keep all the score that I had. So I'll see you guys here. Alright guys, so we're back here. I had to clear through the wave of the other enemies again. I tried to get a few more critical attacks as I went. Did not even try the double jump against that silver medal, because again, just didn't really seem to matter. The nice part about this is actually you can just walk by all these guys, because these guys are all very little, not really worth all the score. Don't really give you a ton of critical experience either. Don't really have an opportunity for critical experience, what I meant to say. But apparently they can follow me, which is a little disconcerting. Good, we crossed this time, did not die. Yes. Alright, we're right where we need to be then. Alright, now just this guy alone, which means taking him out should be relatively easy. Good, critical attack. All the XP got stuck on the other side though, which sucks. Now these guys actually are a little bit more annoying to take out because they move around a little bit more. Actual damage they can do to you, still basically nothing. Once I take this guy out, does this all disappear? No, there's harder ones of these, of course. One thing I'll give this game, the color coding is very helpful, so you don't really ever get too confused about it. But you know, I think they do a good job of really introducing you into this stuff like pretty easily. Because I think none of this is particularly that difficult. Which I think, you know, because this is literally our first time ever trying to play as the Werehog, I think is an appreciated thing. So really quickly they did a little bit of damage to me, so I'm just going to jump up, and apparently I still can't double jump. There we go. Alright, life is back to normal here. We have 175 and about 88,000 score. So, really quickly, we know when we see the bigger guys that they can have the opportunity to be critical attack. Now, don't quote me on this because I want to try this out just to understand, but I believe that critical attacking the bigger one, so like the blue guy who actually has like the haircut there, I believe is worth more points for critical attack than the other one. Oh, I just grabbed one of the small guys and threw it at one of the bigger guys. That was actually kind of a cool move. Yeah, that hurt. So we're gonna try to get this guy to a point where we can try to critical attack him. So we're gonna grab B and B. And yeah, 8,500. The other guys were 6,500, so that's a huge difference actually. So now this section here is going to be a little bit different. They're going to want you to collect 2 different stones. And again, for some reason I just cannot get up to that one. Now these things are hidden around wood doors in the area. I don't know exactly where, but I guess we just found one of them. So we're going to grab this red stone here. If you hold the right stick, you can actually move a little bit faster, and you press B to just place it in place. Similarly, we go over here, and we look around to find the green one. Where it is, I have no exact idea, because the camera refuses to let me actually see in advance, which is a little bit frustrating. So you're kind of forced to just kind of open random ones and hope that they're there. Oh, hey, look, a sun medal. Again, though, without fail, if you want to open up every wooden door that you see, you're going to find all of the sun nettles. Nope, don't care about that. I want to just crit attack him normally. That's fine. Can I do it normally? There we go. A and A. Cool. All we care about here is the critical. That's great. Now, it's got to be one of these two doors, though, that has the green. Fuck that. Okay. And apparently we picked the last wrong one, which means the one right next to us has to have the green stone. Good to know in a regard. Kind of annoying that we picked it literally last, though. Okay. The amount of little hits I'm taking from these guys are just getting to be annoying. So we're going to grab this, and now we got everything we need. Okay, and we're going to place this here. No, fuck that. I don't need an explanation. I just did it. Okay, there we go. I'm going to jump over here really quick, just because of the little life ticks we got off there. Come on. Give me one of these. There we go. I don't know why I can't double jump with this guy, like, well at all. Like, it's actually, like, a huge problem. Okay, so we're going to move over to the side here and beat up, beat up, beat up. One more punch, and we're going to... Okay, no, I can't critical. Now I can. A and A. Cool. Now, here is a little... This part could have been a little bit more difficult had they programmed it differently. They made it so you have to kind of, like, tightrope walk this, which, you know, is, like, a good challenge in itself, and the camera, like, changes make it difficult. But if I fall off, all I do is I grab onto the pole as such. So I would say, like, the fear in my eyes of, like, really screwing up isn't there. Which, you know, I think is interesting in a sense. Like, you just go down, you crawl across here, you have the nice stretchy arms. But I mean, like, you know, I think, oh god, okay, yeah. I almost died as I was saying how easy they made it. I think a reason why they did that is just, like, you know, give you, like, a different kind of taste into it, I'm sure. But, like, it is still interesting, like, how that turned out. We're going to go down here because there's just the extra life. Might as well grab that. And now there's a pole we can hear. Now this is the part that scares the crap out of me because we could lose our entire run right here. And good, okay. You'd be amazed how many times that screws up. And we're going to grab on. This part I'm a little bit less afraid of, but now that I just said that, we're totally going to die. So it seems great. And we're going to jump, and good, and jump, and good, and jump, and oh my goodness. Okay. Super lucky. Now, A and B. Cool. Shield guy worth a little bit more than a regular guy, obviously, so 1,000 more. Not a huge shock that there's a difference there, but you know. And then you hold RT if you want to actually move faster. It's a little bit of like a crawl walk he has. I believe that we are almost at the end here. I know it's been a longer one. Yep, this is the end. So my 1 point piece of advice: you see the big guy. You need to get the critical attack on the big guy if you want to finish with an S rank. Now here, we've been storing up all this. You see this unleash meter? I'm going to press RB. And now all of our attacks do a whole lot more damage. I do not care about criticaling any of these other guys. It's all about the big guy. So the second that we can just start doing damage to this guy, that's all that really matters here. And he's kind of killing all the other guys anyways, as you can kind of tell. So whenever you see him wind up for an attack, just, you know, I think it's a natural thing of like just dodge it. I know, like, easier said than done sometimes. There's a lot of rings around here, so you can have many chances to, you know, recover. The one issue I would say is that you don't have full control of the camera in this fight. So I think just like a lot of other ones in like Sonic 06, like it makes it harder. But here it's just one button mash, 2, 3. Oh no! Holy crap! Apparently that did not work. And now here's the issue with trying to go for the critical, is that he recovers all that health. Luckily enough, pretty slow, so you can get into it pretty easily. Oh fuck! I pressed the wrong button. And now here, oh, I just died, didn't I? Oh no! I did? Oh, I just died. God damn it. Oh, okay. So there's no way I'm going to do this a third time, and this is the reality of like how we're doing this. I wish I could have done it correctly the first time here. But again, want to show you guys just what it's like to do this. I don't think that it's really worth me having to replay all of this. Okay, and dead. All right, guys. So I am going to restart the entire freaking level. Screw me, and I will meet you guys back here. All right, guys, and we are back. It has taken me another 10 minutes. My total playing time is up to like 45 minutes for this episode. Hopefully for you guys, this is around like 20 minutes. But yeah, so not fantastic as far as the amount of time I've been putting in. But at the same point, you know, this is what we want to do to make it special, right? So I figured out one thing that I think can really help us out here, which is that when we want to be able to do a slower, so you notice how like when we were doing these earlier, like some of the unleashes, some of the critical attacks we were doing had slower timers than others. I found out that actually has entirely everything to do with how much health they have when you try to initiate the critical attack. So instead of trying to do the critical attack right away, I'm actually going to whittle him down basically to his last bit of health. That's fine. And, yep, that sucks. Okay, we're going to run around and try to get that last little bit of health. Sorry, the ring. Perfect, perfect, perfect. There we go. Is he going to jump? Alright, so he's very, very low. So now we see this is moving super slowly. And we got him. 40,000, critical attack. Took him out. Tons of XP. Luckily, we had to collect all the XP first. And then, goal ring. So guys, it took us about 11 minutes to do it. With the third time I did it through. Got a ton of score from the enemy. And the reason why I wanted to do this through is because that enemy score is 216,000, which is so much of that score. Got us our first S rank of the Let's Play. And guys, while I may not always get the S's on the Sonic Daytime, I'm going to try as hard as I can on the night ones to at least get it. Because typically, if you can beat the guys, go through it, and really, I think, like hold up well, you have a pretty good shot to do it. So guys, here we have different ones where we can level up. So we have our combat, our strength, our life, our unleash, and our shield. I have never used shield once. Combat is just the actual like a variety of combat we have. The strength is how much damage it does. Life is pretty self-explanatory, and same with the unleash. So we're going to put one into life. I think one into strength. Another 2 into strength. And another 2 into life. And I think we'll just throw the rest, 1 into combat and 1 into unleash. And get another unleash. Okay, perfect, right at the end. So, quit. And really quick, we're going to have a quick cutscene here with Tails, and then I think we're going to call it an episode. Because God knows I've tried long enough on this.
Sonic?
So, Tails is like, wait, is that Sonic?
Sonic?
You know, like, what happened to you,
How are
man?
you?
Like, you, I think you skipped shaving a few days since I last saw you. Like, you look a little different.
You know me. Never a dull moment.
Want some chocolate?
And of course, typical Sonic just pushes off, is an asshole, is like, oh, you know me, like, it's all, like, cool and, like, never dull, man. And he's like, no, but Sonic, I asked, like, what actually happened to you, man? He's like, no, nothing, man.
Sonic breaking apart are somehow related.
I need to find Eggman and make him fix this.
So now Tails is starting to figure out this, which is basically like the event, what happened to him, the planet breaking apart. They're all related. They're all having to do with the Chaos Emeralds not having any more energy.
Over at Spagonia,
What we actually know is very little, which is cool in that sense. Like, there's a lot to find out.
to his research findings, we might be able to get to the
Spagonia. That's a continent over. An easy
So
job.
Sonic here says that's a continent over, and yeah, an easy jog at the planet where broken. So as a result, now actually to go continent to continent, you can't just run across them like if you were Sonic, like, you know, how fast you can run, you go like from Europe to Asia. You actually have to fly. So, we're going to be taking over the plane to Spagonia to see Professor Pickle. I know these are great names. In the next episode. And guys, this has been Sly Sonic 7. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next one. God, I'm super stuffy right now.